Hi everyone, this is Enchantress, and I'm going to do a little story for you. You guys may know this one already. I did kind of a twin flame Aladdin story, and now I'm going to do a Beauty and Beast story, so I hope you enjoy it. So the story takes place in a castle far, far away. A beautiful castle. And in this castle, here's my charms. In this castle lived a spoiled young rich boy. He got everything that he wanted. Whatever he wanted, except he didn't really get love. He grew up to be selfish and mean, much like his father, who wasn't very loving and didn't care for him the way he needed to be cared for, or love him the way he needed to be loved. And in the animated movie, they don't really focus on the father too much, but in the live action they do, and it really, to me, helps a lot to talk about the past and the childhood, and that helps to reflect on how we grow up and how we make the decisions that we make. Along comes an enchantress. This is my favorite part of the movie because this is who I resonate with. She came as a beggar woman with a gift of a rose. But the beast turned her away because he didn't think there was anything special about that rose. He thought that she was just like everybody else that wanted something, that was begging for things, and he didn't want to share. So to teach him a lesson, she turned him into a beast. And he felt, hideous. He felt ugly. He felt like he just withdrew completely. She also enchanted the castle, so no longer was it the bright, cheerful castle that it was before, but it was the dark and sad castle. But it was full of enchanted beings like Lumiere and Codsworth and Mrs. Potts, who in a strange way become his support system and help him through his guidance, his quest. But if it wasn't for Beauty herself, then none of this could have happened. None of this transformation in his life could have happened. So Beauty is a young girl who is pure love. She enters the room with love. She gives love. She gives acceptance, even though she's ridiculed for loving books, or being quiet or intelligent or to herself. She had a very loving dad and has a very loving dad she grew up in a caring environment, although both the Beauty and the Beast did lose their mother. So they're losing that one factor in their life, But the Beast didn't have a father that was very kind and protective, unlike Belle, who had a really loving, kind father, who is her motivation for a lot of this story. Now, some other character in Belle's life is Gaston, somebody who is attracted to her, who, of course, people will be attracted to the Belle because she's pure beauty, she's pure love. She has what those who want, the energy vultures, the toxic ones out there. They sometimes even disguise themselves as your twin flame, so they could be the faux flames, or they could be the ones that come between you or cause problems for you. And so that's how I think of Gaston. But the Beauty and the Beast they continue their journey. It's a journey of finding self-value, much like the Aladdin journey, but it's also a journey of pure love in yourself, love in someone else, and looking beyond appearances and looking at the true value of a person. But she was a prisoner, and she felt trapped, and she wanted to leave that castle, mostly because she did see the dark side, the ugly side of the beast, especially when she wanted to go tamper with his precious rose, his belongings. As soon as that happened, then she just had to go. But a pivotal part of the story, when she tries to escape, she gets confronted by wolves. So this is kind of my example of being trapped. Here are the wolves coming in around her. Then the beast swoops in and defends her and protects her, even in peril of his own life, which is, that's a step beyond what anyone would expect the beast to do, because up until this point, the beast seemed very selfish. There could have been early on ulterior motives, right, to care for Belle, because he knew that would be what breaks the spell. But I think a true, genuine desire to help somebody besides himself, help this person full of love. And she didn't take, she didn't let him boss her around. She didn't take his confrontation. She challenged him back. Part of the twin flame journey, there's this challenge, there's a trigger, there's bettering ourselves because of our relationship with the twin flame. So because of this, you have the moment where they get to know each other. Then someone finally bends, and they, realize there's more to things than meet the eye, that there's more. She realizes more to the beast than meets the eye, and he is willing to make some changes. When this beast comes out in our charms, I always call it the divine masculine in transition. This is the point where he's willing to go through his makeover, right? He gets his hair done, he wears a tuxedo so he can have a moment of alone with Belle and dance with her. It's at this time too where he's not yelling at his staff or his friends or his support system, but he's actually appreciative of their help. He shows appreciation, but he knows time is running short. There's symbols of time, like Codward's the clock, who's a clock, who represents time, divine timing, and the rose also representing timing and how everything works at the right time, at the right moment. But sometimes, sometimes we're given just one chance, and we're given like this case is a portal. We're in the Lionsgate, if you're watching in real time. But if you're not, think about the special moments, like they're astrological moments, or they're special windows of opportunity that you have to take so you can move into that next phase, so you can be true and authentic to yourself and authentic in your life and find out who you really are. So he decides to face this part of him, and he dances under the chandelier with her. Time is also much like this candle that burns, It's not going to be lit forever, and eventually it goes down to nothing. So, as far as windows of opportunity. So he's hopeful for this time, hopeful that something can happen, hopeful that all will work out. But then he comes to the realization that what's more important than being selfish in his needs is giving to Belle, and her needs are to be free so she can go be with her Papa, because Papa is in danger, you know. He needs her help, and she's the only one that can help. So this time she leaves, but she doesn't run. She stoically turns away from the beast, even though she's come to acknowledge a fondness for him that she didn't even think she'd ever have, you know. And because of a mirror and a mirroring effect of the twin flame, they always see each other. So the mirror kind of represents this ability to see each other no matter what gets in the way, you know. Feel each other, twin flames feel each other, see each other, hear each other. There's nothing that can stop it. And it's always there. So the next pivotal part, you know, is the first pivotal moment, I think, was the wolves, where he saved her life. The second pivotal moment was this letting her go, giving Belle her freedom. That showed great love, you know, without even knowing if she'd ever come back again, having that faith, that knowing that if the last petal fell, that he would, you know, never be able to recover his appearance again, and the castle would forever be enchanted, and that nothing would change, you know. He was willing to sacrifice all that so she could have what she wanted. But Gaston, he didn't go through any kind of character arc. Actually, I feel like Gaston just got angrier and greedier as the time went on. He had a single-mindedness about wanting Belle, and it had nothing to do with him loving her. It was purely selfish, wanting to own her, possess her because of her beauty. And so there comes a confrontation of the two sides, you know, the light and the dark. The two sides, it could be of a person out there, could be of your very twin flame out there. It could be the confrontation of a faux flame and a true flame, or it could be the confrontation of just, you know, just the dark and the light here. But the light wins out in most cases. Sometimes the thing about fairy tales, everything flows in such a nice, timely way, and it's succinct, and it's compact, and it's a beginning, middle, and end, and it ends happily. And unlike our stories, we may repeat. If we don't get it right this lifetime, we'll repeat again in the next lifetime until we do get it right. So if we don't get our twin flame journey right in this lifetime, we'll have to repeat it again until one day we are all ready to ascend into that better, higher place. But if we're lucky, if we're blessed and we stay on course, then Belle will come back. Belle comes back and she saves the beast who's injured. It's her love. It's this protective, kind, beautiful, beauty kind of love, you know. It's pure. It's like the ocean. It's like gentle, like the waves. And that's the kind of love we strive to have, you know. I zoomed out and now it's doing this again. Okay, I'm gonna try again. So yeah, there you go. So it's this, and see how, as if like this wave envelops this man. When she tells him that she loves him, it's like a wave that it envelops. Like it's almost as if she's the star, and she, with her healing and renewing waters, she transforms him with her love. So before the last petal drops, he is transformed into the man that he knows he can be, that he always wanted to be. Some very important transformations are like in Beauty and the Beast and in Cinderella, and the Death card really does represent that kind of transformation too. It's, even though the Ten of Swords is not the Death card, to me it's like the mini Death card, and I thought the imagery on this one was really beautiful. Showed Belle's love, shows love, and that love, turns into lovers. And it turns into, and I like this one because it's kind of flying up, when he transforms, he's floating around as if he's levitating, and nothing can hold him down anymore. So yeah, the Beast, finally learns his lesson. It's almost as if Belle did have a bit of her own transformation, but because Belle started off with pure love, there wasn't too much that she had to learn from. I guess in a lot of ways I resonate with Belle, but probably a little bit more with the Enchantress. The Six of Pentacles to me just makes me think, now that that the Beast is transformed, this is his new appearance, his new style. He is loving and giving and kind and gentle and charitable, and he's not that selfish man before that refused the Enchantress. And that's what we hope to happen. So yeah, I resonate with the Enchantress. The cherry part of my name comes, it's a long story. I'll tell you the story someday. But the Enchantress does have a lot to do with the Beauty and the Beast story. The thing about the Enchantress, if you watch her too, is that she's sort of a magician and a sorceress and a witch and a fairy, and she has a lot of power, and her power, maybe it's right or maybe it's wrong. She, in a way, it's kind of like the universe, or it's kind of like manifestations playing out, right? But I think in most cases, those of you who have Enchantress powers, the ability to manifest, like the magician or the Enchantress, remember your power, your strength, and only use it for good and good causes. Now, if the Beast never was turned into the Beast, then he would have stayed this selfish, mean, egotistical, cruel kind of young man who can't recognize a gift when he sees it. But now he does, and now it's a give and take and a flow, and never-ending cycle of give and take and receiving and giving and receiving. Yes, and so to me that's why I love this story so much. I think because from the Belle's point of view, she saw something in the Beast that nobody could see. And I like that very much. I try to do that myself, give people the benefit of the doubt. And so you two out there, no matter what happens in your life, try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and always come from a place of love and lead with love. And that's it, you guys. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.